With season 3 of Euphoria around the corner, I thought it was only appropriate to do a Euphoria makeup recreation. So we are recreating this iconic look here on Alexa Demi, aka Maddy Perez, by the talented Euphoria makeup artist Donnie Davey. I've gone on with my Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival 5 palette for this today, and if you want to see the step-by-step recreation of this look and all of its glory, just keep on watching. So I've gone ahead and prepped my base using the P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 1. On a Sigma E42 brush, I'm going to take the shade Spacewalk, and I'm going to run that shade through my crease and my outer edge, wigging it up towards my brow bone. Now, of course, I'm going to add my own flair to this look and refine it to be a little bit more of my style. On a Sigma E33 brush, I'm going to take a bit of the shade Traveler and Atom mixed together, and I'm going to use these shades to blend out that dark purple. This look has a bit of blue in it, so I wanted to include it without being too overpowering. On a Sigma E36 brush, I'm going to take the shade Supernova, and I'm going to use that on the very edge. In the original look, there's a bit of a pinky purple shade, so I just want to add a touch of this to achieve that. On a Sigma E27 brush, I'm taking a little bit of the shade Fiction, and I'm just using that on the very edge just to give a nice soft transition between the shades. On a Morphe M506 brush, I'm taking the shade Dark Side, and I'm using that just to really build the depth up in the look like the original inspo pic. So in the original look, there is a blue and purple shimmer on the lid, so I'm going to take the excess product off, and then we're going to go in with some sparkle shades just to really recreate the original Euphoria vibe. So I'm just going in with some micellar water on a makeup removing pad, and I'm just clearing away the excess eyeshadow, and then I'm going back in with my P. Louise paint on my makeup sponge just to tap that in. On a Sigma E57 brush, I'm going to take this loose pigment from Nikia Joy Cosmetics in the shade Galaxy, and I'm just going to press that all over the lid, and then I'm going to go back in with the brush I used that dark purple on just to blend it into the matte eyeshadows. So before I finish off the eyes, I'm going to do my base makeup, and in the original look, the base makeup isn't too heavy or noticeable. It's kind of just full coverage but very minimalist, so we're going to try and recreate that. For primer, I'm going to take this Maybelline Jelly Primer, very flawless, so I'm just going to place that kind of in the areas where I have the most texture, which for me is my T-zone. I'm also going to place it over top of these breakouts just to help flatten them. For foundation today, I'm going with something that is a little bit less full coverage but still buildable, and that is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation. I am about to redo my fake tan, so hopefully this colour matches, but we're going to use this today. It looks pretty good. I'm just going to use my sponge to tap this in, which is now stained purple from my eyeshadow. But I'm just going to use this to cover any redness, and I do like this product because it's definitely like a full medium coverage, but you can shear it out and make it a little bit more thinner, so it's pretty weightless on the skin because it has hyaluronic acid in it. It's kind of one of those skincare meets makeup products, and I do really like how this looks. In the reference makeup, the bronzer isn't very defined, it's quite subtle, so I'm going to take this Milani liquid contour in the shade 01 Honey, and I'm just going to use a little bit of this just to give the cheeks some sculpting but not overpowering them, just so we can kind of get a very accurate recreation of the makeup. I'm also doing some under my chin as well and a little bit on my forehead. And I'm just tapping this in with this desperately needing a clean brush from Sigma. I just rewatched season 1 and 2 with my boyfriend because he hadn't seen the show, and I didn't even realize that season 3 was coming out. Well, it will be out by the time this video goes up, so that's exciting. I forgot how much actually happened in the show, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the TV show, stop listening, maybe skip this part. But I forgot that Fezco gets shot and Ash dies, which is really sad, and then Nate sends his dad to jail. So oh, and Rue owes like $10,000 to a drug dealer, so that's fun. I'm just using my sponge to soften the edge of that contour. But yeah, I'm like not sure how this is gonna go, so that's exciting. For the blush, there is a little bit of a soft pink coming through, and I've been absolutely obsessed with this blush from What's Up Beauty. This is one of their Rose Hippity liquid blushes, and this is in the shade Oceana. I think that's how you say it, but it's so stunning. I've been using it like every time I go out. It also comes with this like locking contraption too, which I think is cool, so you don't get like a bunch of product coming out, but you really don't need a lot. This is actually just residual from what I've been using previously. I'm mostly just going to focus the product on the cheeks. There isn't really too much in other areas of the face. I'll just put a little bit on the nose, but I am mostly just going to kind of focus this on the cheek and kind of up towards the temple, because that is what the reference picture has, and I'm using a little bit more that's in the look because when we powder we will lose some of the pigment. Oh, but I just really love this shade and I think it's so pretty. Right, for concealer, I'm just going to use something practical, and this is my Angler All Covered Under Eye Concealer in the shade 102. I'm just going to really use it to clean up the edge of this eye look. I love doing this just to really snatch everything, but I'm just going to put it where I normally would conceal, just over top of some spots as well, because Maddy / Alexa Demi has flawless skin and I do not. And I'm just using my sponge to tap this in. When I'm coming up alongside the eye, I really love to just use the edge of my sponge and the concealer just to really snatch the eyeshadow. I feel like that just looks so much better. Like, can you see the difference? I love it. So I'm gonna do that on the other side as well so they all match. It is really so satisfying. To set everything down, I'm going to take this One Size Ultimate Setting Powder, and I'm just taking a powder puff and I'm going to press that into my skin. The look I'm recreating, Maddy's skin is very matte, so we are also going to recreate that. Can't forget under the eye as well. This powder's perfect because it's super mattifying, as you can see, but it's also very light. I feel like it kind of adds a little bit of coverage as well. Oh, but it's just so pretty. I really do like this. It feels very lightweight on the skin. For bronzer, I'm going to keep it minimal and I'm going to go in with this Colourpop bronzer in the shade Summerland Beach. This has become one of my favorite bronzers, but I'm just going to tap a little amount of product just over where we've done that liquid contour, just to give the cheeks a little bit of sculpting, but nothing too crazy. I'm just going to put some under my chin as well, and just a little bit on the forehead. Now for highlighter, because I do have some purple eyeshadow, I do want to go in with a highlighter that does have a purple reflect in it. And this is the Colourpop X Frosty the Snowman Icicle Spree Super Shock Highlighter. Now in the show, everyone obviously had very glittery makeup looks in some of the scenes, so I am just going to be generous with this product but not overpowering. In the reference photo I can't actually see if she does have like really intense highlighter on because of the lighting, but I do just want to add a little Euphoria sheen to the look. Now the lip combo seems very basic. She's kind of just got like a brown lip liner on with a pale pink gloss. So I'm going to take this lip pencil from Breeze Balm, and this is in the shade Midnight Muse, and I'm just going to line my lips, but I'm going to leave it quite defined and not blend out the lip liner. I feel like this style of lip liner looks very 90s. And for the pink gloss on top, I'm going to go in with this P. Louise lip drip in the shade Strawberry Milkshake, and I'm just going to pop that right over top. Oh yeah, this is looking like identical to the reference picture. Okay, that's literally perfect. I feel like that looks so similar to the original, so I'm very pleased. So I'm going to finish off the eyes and then we will add all of the rhinestones and finishing touches to the look. Under the lower lash line, I'm going in with all of the previous shades on the same brushes, and I'm going to blend them out from darkest to lightest. In the inner corner, I'm going to use some of that highlighter I used on my face from before, and then I'm going to take another pigment from Nakia Joy Cosmetics in the shade Fairy Floss, and I'm going to layer that on top, just pressing it in to give the look that elevated inner corner sparkle. In the waterline, I've taken two liners from Colourpop, the shade Swerve, and then I've layered it with Ultra Boulevard on top. And of course, to finish off the look, we have to add rhinestones. So I'm just placing some rhinestones from Question Beauty on my eyebrows and my eye, just like in the original look. Alright guys, and here is a close-up of the eyes all complete. And here's the full face look all complete, recreating an iconic Euphoria makeup look. Let me know what you guys think. I had so much fun at doing this, and I am very excited for season 3 to come out because I do not know which way it is going to go. If you want to see me recreate more Euphoria characters' makeup looks, let me know who you'd like to see it next. And for now, I'm going to finish the video off here, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see any other looks that I don't create here, check out my Instagram at makeupwithalex. All of my socials are linked down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!